Hey there, history buffs and armchair adventurers. It's your old pal, Mike Rowe, here to talk about a subject that's near and dear to my heart, hard work. But this time, we're not talking about plumbing or welding. Today, we're diving headfirst into the gritty, grimy world of pirates. Make sure you're following the fact grid because, trust me, you don't want to miss this treasure trove of knowledge. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you never miss an episode. Now let's set sail for the Caribbean and uncover the truth about these legendary outlaws. Get ready to learn about the real pirates of the Caribbean. Hold on tight, it's going to be a wild ride. Forget what you've seen in the movies. The real pirates of the Caribbean were a far cry from the romanticized versions we often see. These were desperate men and women, driven by poverty, circumstance, or a thirst for adventure. They weren't afraid of hard work, danger, or breaking the law. They operated outside the rules of society, creating their own laws and living by their own code. The golden age of piracy in the Caribbean lasted from roughly the 1650s to the 1730s. This period saw a surge in maritime trade, which meant more ships laden with valuable cargo, ripe for the taking. European powers like England, Spain, and France all vied for control of the Caribbean, creating a volatile environment where piracy could flourish. Now that we know a little about the context, let's dive deeper into the daily grind of these salty dogs. Life on a pirate ship was anything but glamorous. Forget spacious cabins and gourmet meals. Pirates lived in cramped, filthy quarters below deck. Disease was rampant and hygiene was, well, let's just say it wasn't a top priority. The work was backbreaking. Pirates spent their days swabbing decks, repairing sails, and manning cannons. Discipline was harsh and punishments were brutal. Yet, amidst the hardship, there was a surprising level of democracy. Pirate crews often elected their captains and divided their plunder fairly. They had their own codes of conduct, which, while rough around the edges, emphasized loyalty and camaraderie. They were a diverse bunch, hailing from all walks of life. There were escaped slaves, former sailors, and even disgruntled aristocrats, all seeking their fortune or escape on the high seas. So how did they survive in such a harsh and unforgiving environment? Let's find out. Life at sea was fraught with danger. Storms could smash a ship to splinters. Diseases like scurvy and dysentery were constant threats, and naval warships hunted them relentlessly. Pirates were skilled sailors and navigators. They had to be to survive the treacherous waters of the Caribbean and outmaneuver their pursuers. They were also experts in hand-to-hand combat, sword fighting, and the use of firearms. When a merchant ship refused to surrender, pirates relied on their fighting prowess to take what they wanted. But it wasn't all brute force. Pirates were masters of deception, often disguising their ships to get close to their prey. They also used psychological warfare, flying terrifying flags to intimidate their victims into surrendering without a fight. It was a hard life, full of danger and uncertainty. But pirates weren't just mindless brutes. They had their own rules and codes that governed their behavior. Section 5. Pirate Codes and Articles. To maintain order amidst the chaos, pirate crews established their own codes of conduct known as articles. These articles laid down the law of the ship, outlining everything from the division of plunder to punishments for transgressions. These articles were surprisingly democratic. Each crew member had a say in their creation and was expected to abide by them. These codes often included rules against fighting on board the ship, stealing from fellow pirates, and deserting the crew. Punishments for breaking the code were severe and often gruesome. Pirates weren't afraid to maroon mutineers on deserted islands, flog offenders with the cat o' nine tails, or even keel-haul them, which meant dragging them under the ship's hull. These codes and punishments might seem harsh, but they were essential for maintaining order and discipline in a lawless world where survival depended on unity and cooperation. Now that we've explored their code, let's delve into the tactics pirates used to capture their prizes. Section 6. The Tactics of Piracy. Pirates weren't just thugs who attacked any ship they came across. They were cunning strategists, using a combination of stealth, surprise, and intimidation to achieve their goals. Surprise was key. Pirates favored swift, maneuverable ships that could outrun larger merchant vessels and close the distance quickly. They often hid in secluded coves and inlets, ambushing their prey when they least expected it. Once they had a ship in their sights, pirates would hoist their fearsome flags, the most famous being the Jolly Roger, a skull and crossbones on a black field. This terrifying symbol often convinced captains to surrender without a fight, sparing both crews a bloody battle. If a fight did break out, pirates relied on their skill with swords, pistols, and cannons to overwhelm their opponents. They aimed to cripple a ship's defenses or kill its captain, throwing the crew into disarray and forcing a surrender. Of course, no discussion of pirates would be complete without mentioning some of the most famous or infamous figures who sailed the Caribbean. Section 7. Famous Pirates of the Caribbean. The Caribbean was a breeding ground for legendary pirates whose names still evoke images of adventure and daring. Blackbeard, the notorious Edward Teach, was known for his fearsome appearance and ruthlessness. He cultivated a terrifying persona, braiding hemp into his beard and lighting it on fire during battle. Bartholomew Roberts, nicknamed Black Bart, was a prolific pirate captain who captured hundreds of ships during his short but successful career. He was known for his stylish attire and strict code of conduct. Anne Bonny and Mary Read, two of the most famous female pirates, defied societal norms and proved themselves just as capable as their male counterparts. They dressed as men, fought with cutlasses and pistols, and earned the respect and fear of their crews. These are just a few of the many colorful characters who sailed the Caribbean, leaving a trail of adventure and infamy in their wake. But what about the treasure? Did pirates really bury their loot, and if so, has anyone ever found it? Section 8. Buried treasure and other myths. The image of pirates burying chests overflowing with gold and jewels is a popular one, but the reality is a bit more complicated. While some pirates did bury their treasure, it wasn't as common as you might think. Pirates often spent their plunder as quickly as they got it, indulging in gambling, drinking, and other vices. What they didn't spend, they often used to repair their ships or purchase supplies. However, there are documented cases of pirates burying treasure. Captain Kidd, for example, is rumored to have buried treasure on Gardiner's Island off the coast of Long Island, though it has never been found. The real treasures pirates left behind weren't always material. They left behind a legacy of adventure, rebellion, and a reminder that even in the harshest of circumstances, humans are capable of forging their own destinies. Despite their romantic image, the golden age of piracy couldn't last forever. Section 9. The end of the golden age of piracy. By the early 18th century, the era of swashbuckling pirates was coming to an end. European navies, eager to protect their trade routes, stepped up their patrols and began hunting pirates with a vengeance. Governments offered pardons to pirates who agreed to give up their lawless ways, and many took advantage of the offer, seeking a fresh start on dry land. Technological advancements in shipbuilding gave naval vessels a significant advantage over pirate ships. Faster, more heavily armed warships made it increasingly difficult for pirates to escape capture. The romanticized image of pirates began to fade, replaced by the reality of their brutality and the threat they posed to maritime trade. The once feared buccaneers were now seen as criminals to be eradicated. While the golden age of piracy may be over, the legacy of these maritime outlaws lives on. Section 10. The legacy of pirates. Pirates have captured our imaginations for centuries. They represent freedom, adventure, and rebellion against authority. Their stories continue to inspire books, movies, and TV shows. Beyond their entertainment value, pirates offer a glimpse into a fascinating period of history. They remind us of the harsh realities of life at sea, the complexities of maritime trade, and the constant struggle for power and wealth. Their stories also highlight the importance of freedom and self-determination. Pirates, for all their flaws, created their own societies with their own rules and codes. They remind us that even in the face of adversity, humans are resourceful, adaptable, and capable of forging their own paths. So the next time you hear the word pirate, remember that there's more to their story than meets the eye. Section 11. Keep exploring the high seas of history. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the world of pirates. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do. Remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole ocean of pirate history out there to explore. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow history buffs. And be sure to check out the Fact Grid for more incredible stories from the past. Until next time.